Okay, hi. I am now on week 5 of The Artist Way by Julia Cameron. And we're talking about recovering a sense of possibility, which was really interesting. This was a very interesting one for me because there was kind of a lot of, oh, moments. So the first part, she starts talking about setting limits so that we don't really have an understanding or an awareness, or we can't comprehend the abundance of the universe, that the magnitude is the word she uses, right? We just don't really have that capacity to be able to recognize really that it's unlimited, everything around us. So she talks about that. And how when we don't recognize it, then we don't accept it. And she goes on to talk about how a lot of us sometimes have guilt that we can't have something, or if we have more than someone else has, they'll go without. But what she's trying to say is that we can't go without, that it's unlimited, that we're all equal and we all are worthy of receiving. We just have to accept. And so, okay, I mean, that's fine. And she just gives you the idea that, you know, God has lots of money and lots of movie ideas and novel ideas and poems and songs and paintings and jobs and all that kind of stuff. And that if we just listen to the Creator within, that we're going to be led on our right path, and that we too will have all those things. So that's pretty good there. Basic. Then she talks about finding the river. And this one here has been really interesting to me, because she talks about how we've been kind of going through our consciousness, right? And how we're recognizing that we've got some negativity and some fears, and that we're kind of, you know, facing them and recognizing that, which is all great. And then she's talking about the shift to spiritual dependence is a gradual one, which we already know. I think it's like lifelong. And anyway, and just how we, as we go along, we become less judgmental, we're more kind to ourselves. But here's something that she said that really kind of tripped me out, because she says, we see that our moods, views, and insights are transitory. We acquire a sense of movement, a current of change in our lives. This current, or river, is a flow of grace moving us in our right livelihood, companions, and destiny. Dependence on the Creator within is really freedom from all other dependencies. And it really is the only route to the real intimacy with another human being. Freed from our terrible fears of abandonment, we are able to live with more spontaneity. Freed from our constant demands for more and more reassurance, our fellows are able to love us back without feeling so burdened. Anyway, that was really interesting to me. But what's really interesting to me is that she's talking about movement. And guess what? To 2023, the year 2023, my word of the year is movement. Right? Interesting. Last year, 2022, was discovery. And so now I'm moving forward with the discoveries that I made of 2022. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. And then, of course, she's talking about listening to our artist, our inner child within, and that how they're starting to feel more and more safe. And feeling safe means they'll speak a little louder. And even on our worst days, small, positive little voice is going to say to us, you can still do this. It still might be fun. And that's really interesting. This weekend, I let the little girl be spoiled. And it was actually kind of cool. So I did something that I normally would never do because, you know, I'm very responsible. No, seriously. I did something this weekend. I paid a little extra to get into the lounge, so to speak, and just treat myself. And that is something I would never, ever have done. But the little girl really wanted to feel kind of special. And so I did. And it was so awesome. And it was so nice to treat her. And it was really good. So I'm glad I did it. Well worth it. So anyway, she's feeling heard. So I thought that was really cool. Then something else that I highlighted in the book here. The source meets our needs through people, places, and things. And that is so true. And that's why I believe that people aren't always with us for our whole lifetime, right? they filled a need that we had at that moment, as we filled their need too. I mean, it's the exchange, right, of energy. But I do believe that completely. Then she talks about the virtue trap. Didn't really pay much attention. But it really does talk about being self-destructive, right? And how, what does she say? Yeah, just how we think that we don't deserve what we have. So we self-destruct. And asking yourself, are you destructive to your true nature? And so I thought that was pretty interesting, because it keeps coming up in her book here, right? Are you self-destructive? But what does that even mean? Do you appear self-destructive to others? Maybe. But it's that whole being nice to others. And so what she's saying here is that we're putting our own needs aside and we're doing things for others because we want to be that nice person, we want to be good, that kind of thing, the virtue trap. I didn't really struggle with this area at all. Okay, but she does have exercises and I am going to do them. So I'll read to you what I had written. But the page is flipped over. So you're just going to have to be with me as I flip. Okay, the first one. Am I self-destructive? What would I try if I weren't too crazy? If it weren't too crazy. And I said, hot air balloon, move to New Zealand, move to the island, go to Salem, go to Calgary for laughing yoga. Okay. Ooh, you know what? Screw Calgary. If it wasn't so crazy, I would go to India to get trained as a laughing yoga leader. That's funny. What would I do if I weren't too selfish? Move to the island. Plan for New Zealand. Look into booking a room or booking into room and traveling, planning to go somewhere. Look into class schedules, sorry. So what would I do if I weren't too selfish to make those things that I want to do happen? And that would be move to the island, look for jobs, plan for New Zealand, look into bookings for room and travel, hotel and all that stuff for going to Salem. Look into class schedules if I want to get my PhD, that kind of thing. Okay, lame, hey? Okay, virtue trap quiz. Boy. So, the biggest lack in my life would be a male companion. The greatest joy in my life, my journey, my life, is where I'm at. My longest time commitment is my work. As I play more, I work less. Work is done quicker and easier. I finish faster by having fun. I feel guilty that I am not spending as much time as I want in nature. I worry that my boys struggle. If my dreams come true, my family will thrive doing what they love to do. I sabotage myself so people will stay with me, to like me, to love me. I put question marks there, that's why I did that. If I let myself feel it, I'm angry. That I get angry at people and impatient so quickly. So if I allow myself to feel it, I get angry at myself for being angry and being quick to anger is what it is. One reason I get sad sometimes is that I feel life can be hard. And I get sad if I think of my boys will have to have a hard life too. Does your life serve you or others? And I feel I am starting to get a really good balance of serving myself as well as serving others. Perhaps a little bit more to others right now, but still I really feel like I'm starting to get that even keel. Okay, the next thing. 10 things I love and I would like to do, but I was not allowed to do. Okay, I really struggled with this one. What do you mean I'm not allowed to do it? Why can't I do it? Who said I couldn't do it? I'm not quite sure why I'm not allowed. Now, if I'm going to say I'm not allowed because I'm stopping myself from doing that, what, like the inner child, the negative thoughts. But like, I'm not quite sure where this not allowed part comes from. So I just kind of winged it. I don't know. But I'd buy a plant. And see, I don't buy a plant every time I want to buy a plant. See, I'm not allowing myself to, right? Move to another country. Spending money on clothes. Hang on. There's more stuff I'm supposed to do. Buy a car. Take dance lessons. Pay for the lounge experience, which, by the way, I did. And then the rest from 7 to 10 are blank because I don't understand why I wouldn't do something. Like, who's telling me I'm not allowed? And if you tell me I'm not allowed to do it, guess what? Yeah, I'm doing it. So I'm not sure on that one. Anyway, the next part she has here. As quickly as I can, I'm supposed to say, I wish, and then blurt out all these things. And I'm going to expose myself. Yeah, but this is my self-care journey to my authentic self, so I'm going to do it. Let's see. I wish the boys had their licenses. I had a new car, no car payment. I had a book published. I live on the island. I am NMT certified. I would wish I worked for CTR or for CCI. I wish I have my own company. I wish money made me money. I wish my money made me money. I wish I could practice self-care all day long. I wish I facilitated my own laughing yoga class. I wish Sadie didn't die. I wish for a London fog every morning. I wish to be thin and slender. I wish to have all the something I want. I wish I had all of this something I want. Oh, all of the stuff I want? I wish I own many homes in different places. I wish the boys had an easy life. I wish I am able to live with financial ease. I wish I'm a motivational speaker. I wish I'm living my dreams. I am serving my purpose. There you go. I know. Okay, so now we're into the tasks. Because that was just part of her like whole summary of her chapter of what it was, right? So now, our tasks. And it's pretty okay, right? So the first one is, the reason I can't really believe in a supportive God is, and then list 5 grievances, because God can take it. Now again, we're not doing the whole God thing. But I can say, the reason I can't really believe in a supportive God, which is an unlimited abundance, because there's so many people suffering and so many people are hurting. I came from nothing. Others are suffering. I don't know how to ask. I'm not worthy, and I'm scared. So, there you go. Yay me. Number 2, starting an image file. If I had either faith or money, I would try and then list 5 desires. For the next week, be alert to images of these desires. When you spot them, clip them, buy them, photograph them, draw them, collect them somehow. With these images, begin a file of dreams that speak to you. Add to it continually through this course. I think that's kind of like a vision board, right? Anyway, so I haven't actually started looking for these things, but I listed like a new car, a trip, vacation, like somewhere on plane, like flying, write a book, get a whole bunch of new clothes, and work the hours I want to work when I want to work. And so I'm going to start collecting these kind of things. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to collect working the hours that I want to work, but I'll figure it out. Because that now takes me to task 3. And task 3, again, is your 5 imaginary lives, which I had wrote now for me, a self-care educator, craft of wellness facilitator, a motivational speaker, because look how well I speak, travel and spread the word, be an author, a laughing yoga leader, and a scientist. But you know what? I am doing more of, or some of the elements of what I want to become. Like, I'm actually starting to live the actions that I want to become, that it's going to make me who I'm going to become. that align with my goals and my beliefs and values. It's actually pretty cool. Okay, task 4. Task 4 was about, if I was 20 and had money, list 5 adventures. Okay, so if I was 20 and I had money, my adventures would be travel the world, helping poor countries and women's rights, advocate more for earth causes, volunteer my time, practice self-care or self-healing, treat myself and others nicely. That's what I would do if I had all the money and could do what I wanted. Task 5. If I were, how old? 65. If I was 65 and had lots of money, what would I do? I would buy homes for my children. I would travel. I'd build gardens for therapeutic purposes, give to others, support others, have as many plants and candles as I want. That sounds like me. Okay. So the next task is 10 ways I am mean to myself. Yeah. So 10 ways that I'm mean to myself. Well, I deny myself going out in nature. That's a huge one. And it is denying, it's my own will that's stopping me. So there's that. That's quite mean. And I'm also mean to myself because I'm not moving my body the way that I should. And I know that. So that's not very nice. And I'm mean to myself for being hard on myself when I fumble, drop things, run into things, bump into things. I call myself stupid for that. And that's not even a stupid thing. It's like a fine motor control issue. How else am I mean to myself? I think I'm just mean to myself by depriving myself of whatever it may be that I'm depriving myself of. But I think that's what it is. So 10 items I would like to own that I don't are, and then she kind of wants you to picture these images, keep them, collect them so that you have them. So what are 10 items that I would like to own that I don't? Oh my God. Now, does that mean I don't as in, like I already have a pair of boots, but I would like to have another pair of boots? You know, like that kind of thing? Or like I just want boots because I don't have any. Like that's the whole thing. I don't even know what I have that I don't, or that I don't have that I want. Well, like, unless you say like lots of money and, you know, unlimited money. But I do have unlimited money, right? Because the universe is abundant. Yeah, that's a hard one. And I can't even say that I did it. I don't know. And then again, honestly, my favorite creative block is blank, 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 blank. I don't know what I do to block. Doing nothing, not doing it. I started to scroll on YouTube and Instagram, you know, the reels or whatever they call it. Caught myself there a couple weeks ago. It was bad. Hours go by, like, holy shit, man. Like, what? You just look at one little cute puppy and then all of a sudden, like hours go by. So I stopped that. I actually put a timer on. If I feel I'm going to let myself do that, I put a timer on so I don't go past it. I have read. Remember, I have been avoiding reading, but I have been reading. Not that much, but I have been at least. Yay me. I don't know. And then my payoff for staying blocked is, and then she wants you to explore your morning pages to find out what my payoff for staying blocked is. But I can tell you right now, it's not in the morning pages. So what would be my block, my payoff? That I don't have to do it. That I don't have to risk losing it, not getting it, being let down, have it taken away from me. Oh, there you go. My payoff for staying blocked is that it can't be taken away. Damn, that was good. It only took 19 minutes and 28 seconds to come to a ha-ha moment. But that's true. And then the person I blame for being blocked, I really don't blame anybody. I don't. I'm not going to blame myself. I'm not going to blame anyone else. It's what happened. Like Mel Robbins hates to hear it, but it is what it is. I am where I am. But I'm doing something about it, and I'm thriving and really celebrating life and enjoying where I'm at. I'm so grateful. Let me tell you, so grateful for where I am right now. So anyway, those were your 10 tasks of week 5. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really getting how some of it connects. So she wants to know about your morning pages. Am I starting to like them? I don't know if I like them, but I've been doing them faithfully. 3 pages. Not always talking about poo, so that's good. I have started doing a little bit of work, but it's good. Did I do an artist date this week? Well, I treated her. I treated the little girl, the little artist in me, to something, so that was exciting. And we went on a trip. Yeah, so yeah, we did go on like an extended date. Oh, wait a minute. I think that was actually something that I was supposed to do a couple weeks ago. That's funny. Did I experience any synchronicity this week? Yes, I did. Oh my goodness. Okay, remember when I told you I got my aura read, which by the way, I'm going to have to book that and get one done in a good setting. But anyway, my sacral aura area had a really high percentage, which we don't want, which is okay, whatever, we'll work with that. But when I was on the island, I went to the little alley and the little crystal store that's in there, and the guy that was there was showing me a bunch of new rings, and he showed me this ring, which you probably can't see right now. Oh, maybe you can. There you go, right? He showed me this ring, and he said that he had never had it before. It is a black sunstone. Interesting. Never heard of it. Looked it up. It actually has to do with releasing your sacral energy. To me, that's synchronicity. When I realized on the island, you know, we were kind of walking around and by the ocean and everything, I realized that every time I visualize where I'm going to be, it's always in that environment. So do I really need to leave the country when it's in my backyard? Right? And that's going to be a whole other video about my whole thing about I don't belong here. But we're not going to talk about that now because we're 22 minutes in and we're going to call it. That was week 5. So next week, this week actually, is week 6, and it's recovering a sense of abundance. Yay, this one should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I will let you know. But right now it says, I am a believer, Nancy declares. I just don't believe in God gets it with money. I just don't believe God gets involved with money. Oh, that's what she said. Oh, great. Okay. Well, who would have thought self-care would be life-changing, hey? Thank you for hanging in for 22 minutes on this one. I'll see you guys later. Well, actually, I won't see you, but you'll see me later.